One day I had a doctor's appointment. It was like one of my 6-month follow-ups. And I went in that day and they said that my tumor was still there. Okay, no big deal. I'll just keep moving forward like I do. It was like a combination of 3 things. I don't remember what the second thing was, but then the third thing was I got a call back on my car because it had died. And I went to social media. I don't usually. I'm pretty. When it comes to personal stuff, I'm pretty private. And I had a lot of I have a lot of people reached out and gave me suggestions about things. And I talked to Trevor. He was real super positive and let me kind of complain a little bit and didn't make me feel bad. and just moved on from there.
Mike and I talked a little bit after his post, and I genuinely felt that there was something that we could do, whether it was loaning our car, whether it was loaning anything out, helping him financially, and I had thought about the 1-for-1, and so I reached out to Drew Meyer to see how do we go about this process? What's the next step? And I was very excited to know that the church that I've loved we're going on over 2 years now, was behind me and behind my friends, and we were going to be able to help them out, even if it was just a little bit. I was praying that it was more than just a little bit, but even if it was just a little bit, I was so excited to help him out.
Last week, our offering went to a man who has had a rough time recently. Suffering from cerebral palsy, he has dealt with a car accident, breaking both legs, and a benign tumor diagnosis in the last 2 years. Just recently, he has discovered that the tumor is no longer benign, and to add to everything else, his transmission went out in his car in the past week. Because of your generosity, here's what we were able to bless him with.
I kind of figured it out, what I was going to do. And, Trevor kept up with me over the next week or couple weeks or whatever. And I got things moving, and we were still waiting on getting the car back and things like that. But I had thought I had figured it out type of thing. And then Trevor hit me up and he was like, hey man, can I bring you over some cookies? And
I remember texting him and telling him that we baked him cookies, and we did bake him cookies. That was not like oh, I'm gonna bring over cookies, here's a check. No, I brought him cookies. And
he came by, he brought these cookies, and then he's still sitting there, kinda like, you're kinda staying here a while, Trev. Like, what's the deal, bud? Because I know he's super busy and like I'm mid-work day. And he's like, oh, well, he told me about the church and the dollar. He's like, I have this for you. And it's flabbergasting because I've not experienced the type of generosity and kindness that has been put forth to me by Trevor and like the church. You guys are legit, like he says, and to come through like that for me is just, I don't understand it. It's unprecedented. I'm so full of gratitude. I'm so thankful. And I still have a hard time processing. And then on top of it, after he gave me the first check, there was a check to cover my entire transmission thing. I thought it was so set back, and I was prepared to, just another thing that I got to do to make sure that Eric and Lily are eating, and to have this relief. It was just a huge relief lifted off my shoulders and my chest. And I'm sure that whoever has benefited from this generosity it's life-changing. It changes the trajectory. Like, it really has. It eases pain. And it brings so much joy. The combination of joy and relief that it brings is so invaluable.
We've spent a lot of the time in churches, whether working or attending churches, and churches do a really good job of helping people outside of the United States. And I think one of the things that we forget about is in our own backyards, our neighbors, our friends that are struggling, especially right now, that are hurting a lot. The One for One really does a great job of helping the people that are in our backyards, that are in our neighborhoods. It's truly a wonderful thing.
You made a big difference. And please keep making the differences, because it's all little bricks in the wall that seems to be crumbling, and you're helping to put it together. And it may not seem like a lot, but for the Bodkins, it was a big deal. So thank you.